But maybe there's something else that's not pulling its weight. I don't think so, though. I think everything has its place. Either an invasive creature, or it has some utility. I haven't drawn sort of body in mind yet. Wouldn't be that good against him. He's not blue or green. It's just like on a flyer, it's such a ridiculous clock. I mean, not that a 4/4 like a 4/4 flyer isn't a ridiculous clock already, but it's not very many swings before they're decked. I think I had in the last poll I recorded too. And it did win me a game. No, I don't think there's anything I want here. Necropede is also interesting. Also because, like, with the Contagion class, it gives me something else to proliferate, like the token that this gives them. The Trigon is also something, not that one. I don't think I'd play that one. The Rage would be another thing to proliferate, but I just don't think it's needed with all the equipment. Okay, I'm gonna continue going with this build, but it probably is worth considering a black-red control in some matchups. I think this matchup's okay, as long as I'm I have a reasonable draw and I play cautiously with my removal. And I think we have similar decks. And I think my red is probably stronger than his blue. Like I think my core of the deck is, from what I've seen, is stronger than his. It's just he had that one combo that got me. So if I can avoid that, he may have a bomb hiding there somewhere too. I wouldn't be surprised, I guess. Yeah, this is not a keepable hand, unfortunately. Okay, well that's gonna have to do. I'm not gonna go to 5. The problem with this is that, like, it doesn't let me play as conservatively with my removal unless I draw some action. I can't save these for something really big and then just die to his 2/2. I'm still baffled how I'm taking so much time. It doesn't feel like I'm taking that much time. I guess in talking things out, I'm taking more time than I feel. It just seems like he's always like just pausing and breaking. Maybe he's recording too. And he has a particularly interesting mulligan decision. Oh, well, there we go. Now his name's in green, so he is in another queue. It's embarrassing if I time out while he's in another queue. Is green waiting for the queue to start, or is green like any point in the queue? Maybe he's like deck building right now. I don't recognize the name. Usually when I'm playing against someone who's double queuing, I recognize the name because there's someone who's like the people who double queue. I can't. I've tried to double queue. I just play so terribly. We're ready to go. Let's hope I draw into some spells. relatively quickly. Yeah. That's not a spell. And that is especially a problem in a Metalcraft deck where it's gonna take me, like, I definitely have quite a few draws that are really clunky. Like if I draw the relic now, it's gonna sit there as an artifact for quite some time instead of being a 5/5. I'm playing a good amount of artifacts, but like I think half the cards left in my deck, slightly less than half the cards left in my deck are artifacts. What I don't want to see is like another turn 2 Glinthawk Idol or another such aggressive card. I think I would be forced to, I guess I'd use the blast on it, but I'm not sure. When I don't have immediate access to Metalcraft, I think that, especially having seen some of his deck, I think that Revoke Existence deals with a wider range of threats than Galvanic Blast does. Nope, Copper Mirror. I don't think I can afford to kill that. Ooh, there's some action. If I'm gonna draw a single spell, well, that would be a good one, especially because it turns on my Metalcraft. The only thing I know he has a Revoke Existence. That's the only spell that gets rid of all three that I've seen that he has. I think it's the only card in his colors. As a matter of fact. Excuse me for the hiccup. Okay, well at least the time is evening out, so if it goes long, it may not be me who times it. Double planes to open with sort of suggests he might be mana screwed, but it may not be a lack of lands, it might be a lack of islands. So like if I knew it was a lack of lands, maybe it is right to blast it. But I just think when I'm short-handed like this, I did mulligan once, I'm on the play, and the only action in my hand is a Precursor Golem and 2 removal spells. I have to be careful with how I spend those removal spells. So yeah, there's a third plane. So it's more mana than quantity of lands. You can do it. Alright, he's officially at a lower amount of time than me. Okay. That's not the end of the world. I do think we'll see what I draw, but I may want to blast the idol. Ideally, I'm drawing something that I can play next turn. But if I draw another land, then I don't think I can. I gotta answer that phone. Alright, so I'm back. I have to answer that phone. So it turns out I did draw something that I can play and deal with the idol without using the blast. And maybe this will draw out his removal. No, it won't. Soliton. Okay, so I know I have to save something for that Soliton. That is for sure. Although he has no islands this time. Alright, if he attacks, I'm going to trade. And I'm going to go ahead and drop my precursor golem. If he has revoke existence, then, well, it's a 1-for-1. I alternatively could play my steed, but I think it's just better to play my golem. It's really strong if they don't have removal. It's really quite good. It's quick tapping for revoke existence. It looks like 3 mana. 3 mana is not revoke existence. Seems more like a rest, but a rest doesn't target all 3. Maybe he doesn't quite realize. Maybe he's reading the card now and realizing now. There's only instants or sorceries, right? I was in a round in my last release event,